They say every grave holds a story. Some don't stay buried. They whisper on the wind, and if you're foolish enough to listen, they can get inside you. We were foolish. My name's Alex. My team, Spectral Seekers, thought we were seasoned. Years of investigations, high-tech gear, a mix of skepticism and a hunger for the genuine article. We'd seen enough cold spots and creaky pipes, but nothing prepared us for Blackwood Cemetery. It was ancient. Headstones so worn, names were smears in the moss. Twisted skeletal trees clawed at the bruised, moonless sky. The air felt thick, pressing down on my chest. Our thermal cameras showed wild fluctuations, hot and freezing pockets, defying logic even before we fully set up. Baseline readings are all over the place, Mark, our tech guy, muttered, his voice quiet. EMF spikes near the old mausoleum, off the charts. Sarah, our sensitive, shivered. It's loud here, she whispered, eyes wide. Too many voices all at once. I tried to keep my usual calm, pulling out my digital recorder. All right, team, standard procedure. Mark, grid Sarah, gut. I'll start an EVP session near the west gate. I walked towards the oldest section, past crumbling crypts. The wind seemed to follow, a cold breath on my neck. I hit record. Is anyone here with us tonight? We come in peace. If there's a message, please make your presence known. I stood, listening to the silence, the recorder's faint hiss, my own frantic heart. Then, it wasn't a sound with my ears. It was a pressure, like something pushing against my eardrums. A low resonant hum growing louder, not in volume but intensity. And then woven into that hum, a whisper. Not words, just a long drawn-out sound, like air sucked from a collapsing lung. I yanked the recorder away, hand trembling. Did you hear that? I yelled into my comms. Mark's voice crackled back. Hear what? Just static here, Alex. What's going on? Sarah's voice was sharp. Alex, get out of that section, now! Something just went cold past me, freezing, and I heard a child crying. My blood ran cold, a child. I swore I'd heard something else. Something older. I started walking back faster. My flashlight beam cut through the thick darkness, dancing over gnarled roots snaking from graves. That's when I saw it. One root, thick and black from an unmarked grave, seemed to shift, like a muscle tensing. I froze, my beam fixed. Then it wasn't just shifting, it was moving. Inch by agonizing inch, pulling itself out of the dirt like a snake uncoiling. My mind screamed impossible, but my eyes showed me the truth. More roots moved, from the same grave. Not digging in, but being pushed out. A grotesque skeletal hand, bone white and mud-encrusted, slowly emerged. Not reaching, just present. Then another. My flashlight beam trembled. The ground around the grave was rising, a form slowly, painstakingly pulling itself from the soil. Mark, Sarah, get out of here now! I screamed, voice raw. I didn't wait. Every fiber of my being screamed to run. I turned and bolted, tripping, scrambling blindly through the graves. The hum was back, louder, vibrating in my teeth. The whisper no longer a gasp. It was a multi-layered drone, a chorus of voices, ancient and angry, swirling, trying to claw inside my skull. I could hear Mark yelling over the comms, frantic, terrified. Alex, Sarah's down, something, oh God, it's not human. My heart was a jackhammer. I stumbled, fell, scraped my hands, but I didn't stop. I felt a cold touch on my ankle. A dragging, I kicked wildly, scrambling, adrenaline pumping. The main gate just ahead, a sliver of light from the distant street. I burst through, not bothering with the lock, just tearing through the broken iron. I didn't stop until I hit the street, gasping, hands on my knees, bile rising. Mark and Sarah eventually stumbled out, pale, shaken, eyes wide with the same unspeakable horror. Sarah clutched her arm, a long, thin scratch, almost a burn, stretching from wrist to elbow. Mark's camera was shattered. We never spoke about what we saw, not fully. Not to each other, not to anyone else. It wouldn't have mattered. They wouldn't have believed us. Or worse, they would have. But sometimes, when I'm alone and the night is truly still, I hear it. That low hum, that collective whisper. It's not on a recording. It's just there inside my head. A reminder, a haunting. And sometimes when I look at my reflection just for a second in the corner of my eye, I swear I can see the faintest trace of dirt, like ancient soil, clinging to my skin. A piece of Blackwood Cemetery that followed me home.